Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. It's me Khadija here with my lecture number 8 for class 5 from New Oxford Primary Science. It's part 2 of the book that is Living Things. Unit number is 3 and the name is Life Function. So let's start. Before starting my lecture, I will recall few points related to this unit. We all know that our planet has billions of living things on it. They can live on it because it has water, minerals, light, air, and warmth. Living things depend on each other. As you know, students, there is a variety of living things on the earth. What does it mean to be alive? What characteristics do all organisms or living things have that make them different from the non living things? Let us study these functions in detail. These functions, there are some things which all living things do. These jobs or tasks are called functions. Living things perform these functions to stay alive, but they perform these functions differently. There are a variety of ways in which they perform all these functions. Now let's see what are these functions. All living things move, they grow, they need food, they respire, reproduce, excrete, and have sensitivity. They use their senses to find out about their surroundings. So let's start from the very first function of living thing, and that is movement. Most animals can move their whole body. Plants can only move certain parts. Animals move from place to find food and water or to avoid danger, and this movement is called locomotion. Several examples are given in your book about different living things and about their mode of movement. So I will discuss with you every living organism one by one. So first I will be taking the example of the leech. What happens in the leech? How it moves? It contracts its muscle to move along in loops. The second example is of snakes. By making loops that travel the whole length of its body, a snake moves silently forward. Another example that we will consider is of insects. And here they have given you the example of a butterfly. What happens in a butterfly? Butterfly moves by flapping their wings. They have either one or two pairs of the wings. Then we take the example of a fish. A fish uses its head, body, and tail to push through the water. Now we come on the example of a beautiful bird, and that is the hummingbird. It hovers while it feeds. A lightweight skeleton, two large wings muscles, and four limbs modified into wings help birds to fly. Dear students, I have added two video clips. One of is of seedling movement growing towards the sunlight, and another one of jellyfish which squeezes water out of its bell-shaped body. I hope you will enjoy this clip very much. Now I will be explaining the second function of the living things with you, and that is growth. Here the details in your book are given about this second function are all young living things grow at some stage. When they become adults, they stop growing. Some species grow more quickly than others. A human baby takes over 20 years to grow to full size. Now I will be sharing an interesting fact with you boys that your ears and nose will keep getting bigger for the rest of your life. Scientists recently calculated that a person's ears grow an average of 0.22 millimeters per year. Wow, it's very interesting really. Now students, I would be sharing few examples of growth from your book on page number 24 are about a young snake which is of size of your finger, and it can grow to become an adult over 2 meters long. Another example is of tiger. It takes few years to reach to the full size. Now, in the last, they have given you the example of a plant. A bean plant takes a few weeks to grow to full size. A small seed takes years to grow into a large tree. In my next slide, I would be sharing you a beautiful clip of a growing plant, which is coming out, a seedling coming out of the seed, and how it grows. You will enjoy it. Another function of living thing is the search of food. All living things need food in order to carry out their life processes. Food gives them energy. Some of the examples that how the living organism get their food are is of antilon, which builds a trap for ants, while fish swallow their food whole or in lumps. They do not chew the food. In herbivores such as cow, deer, goats, and other herbivores, they chew their food, while mosquito uses a sharp needle-like mouth parts to suck blood from humans and animals. As you know, students, that plants are also living things. Plants do need energy. They do this by a process called photosynthesis, using water from the ground, carbon dioxide from the air, and the energy from the sunlight. Here are some examples of the plants which do not prepare their own food. The first one is Rafflesia plant. It does not have green leaves and cannot make its own food. It lives off the food made by other plants, so it is a parasite. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, आपको मैं इजी वर्ड्स में एक्सप्लेन करूँगी कि पैरासाइट्स क्या होते हैं. पैरासाइट्स वो एनिमल्स और प्लांट्स होते हैं कि जो अपने फूड के लिए डिपेंड करते हैं किसी और एनिमल और प्लांट के ऊपर. ऑन द अदर हैंड वो उसको ना कोई बेनिफिट देते हैं और ना कोई इससे हार्म पहुँचाते हैं. द सेकेंड एग्जाम्पल इज़ ऑफ विनस फ्लाई ट्रैप. विनस फ्लाई ट्रैप जो है इसको हम कार्निवोर्स भी कह सकते हैं बिकॉज इट ट्रैप्स द फ्लाइज. Now, there are two more examples of the plants which do not make their own food. The one is pitcher plant. It comes under the category of carnivore and it catches different insects. Okay, and another one is mushroom, and the mushroom is a decomposer. Now, what is decomposer? आपको मैं बताती हूँ स्टूडेंट, डिकम्पोजर वो ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं जो कि डेड बॉडीज़ ऑफ प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स को ब्रेक डाउन करते हैं सिंपल सब्सटेंसेस में. ठीक है, आई होप यू गॉट माई पॉइंट. So dear students, here I wind up my lecture number 8. In this lecture, I have explained you life functions like growth, movement and food. I'll discuss with you another life functions in my next lecture. Now I'm going to give you a short home assignment to draw, label and color. Label diagram of plant on page number 25 showing the process of photosynthesis. You have to show the labelings of sun, carbon dioxide, oxygen and water. So you have to do this work on your plain page of the notebook. Another thing is to complete the concept check on page number 24. Thank you. Before I say goodbye, I want to advise you again, stay home, stay glam, stay blessed, enjoy a happy and healthy life, students. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.